Hey everybody, welcome to Hearing God in Second Peter chapter 3. And I'm out of the office today doing this from home, which is rather interesting to me because it was 5 years ago that I was sitting in this very spot and doing videos during COVID. And I don't know about you if that seems like a long time ago or a short time ago. I think the answer is yes. It does both seem short and long. And that has a lot to do with today's verse, my highlight from Second Peter chapter 3, verses 8 and 9. And this chapter has a lot to say about our perspective on time, God's perspective from his eternal throne, and our perspective here on earth. And so let me read the verses. My highlight from my Here Journal, verse 8. But do not overlook this one fact, beloved, that with the Lord, one day is as 1,000 years, and 1,000 years as one day. The Lord is not slow to fulfill his promise, as some count slowness, but is patient towards you, not wishing that any should perish, but that all should reach repentance. And this passage is just another reminder for us that God is outside of time while we are right in the throes of it. And so, you ever heard it said of someone that they have all the time in the world because those people are very slow in going about their business? Well, it might seem that way, but it is true of God more than anyone else. He truly has all the time in the world. And so, what may seem slow to us in his activity and his fulfilling of things like judgment and salvation isn't slow to him as all. And actually, what may seem like slowness is actually his patience as he works with us so very deliberately. And so, again, just as I started in talking at the beginning of this video, time is such a challenging thing for us to keep in perspective. Even 5 years ago, it seems both long and it seems short. I think of that quote, which I think rings true. It's one of my favorite, actually. The days are long, but the years are short, and time marches on. And so, therefore, we must make the most of each day. And remember that God's promises, all of them, every single one of them, both judgment and salvation, will be fulfilled. And so, in my response to this, which is a much needed reminder to me about a perspective on time, I said, Father, thank you that we are one day closer to the return of Jesus. If you remember, those of you who are around for those COVID videos, that was kind of something I would repeat over and over again. We're one day closer to the end. And it was true then, it's true now. We are one day closer to the return of Jesus. And so with that in mind, while we do not know how many more days there will be, Father, we know that every single one of your promises are true and will be fulfilled completely. So therefore, may this fill me both with hope and also with urgency. And so I hope that finds you in a place of challenge and encouragement today. First of all, challenge that none of us know how many days we have left. We're one day closer to the end of our lives here on earth, but that also means we're one day closer to eternity. So there's both urgency and hopefulness in this perspective on time. Therefore, as I've mentioned before in a previous video, one of my favorite books, Mark Batterson, Win the Day. Take care of business today, and then take care of business again tomorrow. And the next thing you know, day after day after day, the Lord finds us faithful in being about his business and doing what we should be doing. And then when we reach the end, Lord willing, we'll hear those words, well done, good and faithful servant. So have an awesome evening. We'll look forward to talking with you again soon.